Hello, SLU. Mr. Crimmins here, joined with Mr. Ray Person from Texas Christian University. We're excited to have him here to join us today. So this will be another one of our college interview series videos. I am going to stop talking because you're not here to see me. Mr. Person, I'll let you go ahead and start us off. If you want to just give us a quick introduction to TCU and what's happening there.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Kevin. So again, my name is Ray Person, and I'm an assistant director of admission at Texas Christian University. I have been with the Horned Frog family for 2 years now. I've actually been in higher education for over 10 years total, and I've lived in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for a very, very long time. So I'm very familiar with DFW and also to TCU. So just to give you a little background information about TCU, we were founded in 1873 by two brothers who were prime ministers who were associated with the Disciples of Christ. We are still associated with the Disciples of Christ. However, the largest denomination that we have at TCU is actually Roman Catholic. So we have over 50 religious denominations at TCU, and know that there are no religious requirements as it relates to being able to attend TCU beyond the scope of you having to take at least one religious course as a part of your core curriculum. But the cool thing about TCU is that your religious and spiritual journey can be as small or as robust as you would like for it to be. We have over 25 different faith-based organizations represented on the campus of TCU. So a lot of really good opportunities to get involved. So I would honestly describe TCU as a small to medium-sized liberal arts college with large university resources. We have approximately a little bit up under 11,000 students on the campus of TCU, with 87% of that student body actually being undergraduate. Okay, so again, we're very undergraduate focused. About half of our students come from Texas, while the other half comes from outside the state of Texas. Our average class sizes are about 27 students per class with a 13-to-1 student to teacher ratio. And we have one of the highest retention rates in the state of Texas, where it actually increased from 91% to 92%, because I actually just checked those numbers. So that's mainly because, we do a really, really good job at hand selecting our students who are going to represent, the Horned Frog family and what it means to be a TCU student. But then also, too, we go out and recruit the top faculty in their respective fields as well. So that really, really speaks to that. And then we also have a really cool teacher to scholar model, where we're really, really wanting for our students to engage in building those long-lasting relationships, inside the classroom as well. So if you're definitely looking for a place that is centered around the undergraduate experience, where you're not going to feel like another number, if your faith is very important to you as well, then TCU is a place that I would highly consider for you to look into in the research.
Awesome. And guys, I can speak very highly. I was down there just about 3 years ago. Beautiful campus, incredible new buildings going up there. Just real lively place. So if you wouldn't mind, talk to us a little bit about some of that student life. Do you have any favorite campus traditions, or just kind of give us a sense of what some of the students might be involved with and doing?
Oh, gosh. Honestly, I actually mentioned this earlier when I was talking to a group of students. We're very big on building relationships. So honestly, from the time that, you are admitted to TCU and you put down that enrollment deposit, that's where those relationships really, really begin. Not only are you going, of course, to get the opportunity to meet with your advisor, during the summertime, to interact with them as it relates to putting together your fall schedule, but we actually have extended orientations as well that we offer in addition to your summer orientation. We have something called Frog Camp, which is a really cool opportunity for you to be paired with other, current students who are going to be student leaders. And then also, too, you're going to have other incoming freshmen who are going to be in your respective group as well. So that's a really good way to kind of, one, get to know, your incoming classmates. Two, interact with current students who have a lot of experience on campus as well. You also, too, will learn about the different types of traditions and events that go on our campus as well, so that once you do walk onto campus your first day and you're looking for a study buddy or someone to have lunch or dinner with, or just to kind of have that family within the family, Frog Camp would honestly be the best way to go in that regard. So beyond the scope of that, what I would definitely say to you as well is another really cool tradition that I like beyond the scope of Frog Camp. And I always talk about Frog Camp. When I say Frog Camp, when you leave Frog Camp, you'll know more people on your first day, and you'll have more Snapchat followers, TikTokers, Facebook friends, Instagram followers, whatever social media outlet that you like to use. So, you know, you can be popular before you get to TCU. But another really cool tradition that I like is something that we call Frogs First, which actually occurs the first official weekend once you officially start classes. So you'll be given the opportunity to work in small groups again with some current students and some other incoming freshmen. But this time, our faculty and staff takes time out of the weekend to come and meet you at the stadium. They walk around campus with you to teach you a little bit more about, you know, just life on campus and what to expect while you're there. And also, too, they kind of help you set that standard and expectation as it relates to what it means to be a TCU Horned Frog. So those are two of my favorite traditions that I like to talk about. I mean, you know, beyond the scope of that, what do students do on campus? What do the students do not do on campus would be the better question for me. We see a lot of students get involved in like leadership opportunities, from giving to the Fort Worth community. We have a TCU Giving Day, where we go back and give back out to the TCU and Fort Worth community for dealing with us for the entire school year. So a lot of volunteer work in that regard. On campus, you know, there's a lot of different types of concerts that come onto campus. Students are involved in Greek life as well. I want to say 50% of the students that attend TCU participate in Greek life. You know, if you're looking for things to do, you know, as well, such as like working out, you know, going to the rec center and participating in intramural sports is another really good thing. And then like off campus, you know, you're only 6 miles away from the Stockyards, which is the historic part of Fort Worth, Texas. So if you're definitely into like line dancing, then Honky Tonk may be the place that you're going to want to go. If you're looking for a place for a little bit more like nightlife, like being able to shop or restaurants, you know, Magnolia would possibly be the area that you want to go to. If you're interested in sports, you know, we have the Dallas Mavericks here. We have the Dallas Stars. Shout out to them because they're going back to the Stanley Cup Finals as well. You know, we also too have the Dallas Cowboys, the Texas Rangers, you name it. You know, we got it here in Dallas, Fort Worth. So a really, really good opportunity to be exposed to just college life, both on campus and off campus as well.
Awesome. I know that covers an incredible amount about the student life experience, and it is an incredibly vibrant and lively place. Awesome stuff going on there. To the admissions side of things a little bit, I know they can go to your website and apply through the Common App, and we kind of have that kind of covered pretty solidly at the school. But talk to us a little bit about how you guys handle scholarships. It's a big question our students ask a lot. You know, are they applying for them? Are they automatically considered as part of the process? How easy is it to kind of get for a student to get a sense of what their scholarship package might look like should they be deciding to apply?
That's a really good question, Kevin. Thank you so much for that. So let me just kind of break it down really quickly to make it as simple as possible. There's 4 different types of financial aid that exist in the higher ed world. It's scholarships, grants, loans, and work study, okay? Now, when we think about scholarships, let's make sure we're very specific in regards to, you know, what we're gonna talk about. So if we're looking at the academic scholarships, those are basically looked at when the student actually applies to TCU. So as a result of just simply applying to TCU, you're automatically putting yourself into contingency for our academic scholarships. And the 3 things that we will look at will be, 1, your unweighted GPA, okay? We also too will look at your test scores as well, and your standardized test scores. And then the last thing we will look at is the rigor. So when I say rigor, we're looking more at the types of classes that you've taken in high school. So with the unweighted GPA, you're gonna be evaluated on a 4.0 scale. So we're pulling out all those extra points and extra classes that you would get, credit for just by taking those, because we're evaluating your rigor separately on a 1 to 3 scale. Okay. And then beyond the scope of that, if you are, let me just put this out here as a disclaimer as well. This year, we're going test optional for this year's class of 2021. So if you do not submit your test scores to us, we will still consider you for academic scholarships. Let me make that very clear, okay? Because the test scores are only one data point for us. So that just means that if you don't submit scores, we're going to look at you, in different areas as well. So we will still consider you for admission as well as academic scholarships without your test scores, okay? We start at about 12,000 and we range all the way up to full tuition when it comes to our academic scholarships. And Kevin, you asked, when will the students be notified? At the time of admission. So when they are admitted, if and when they are admitted to TCU, that is when they will learn about the scholarship level that they would qualify for. Now, when it comes to our need-based scholarships and our grants, loans, and the work study options, the student would have to complete the FAFSA in addition to the CSS profile, and our scholarships and financial aid department will be responsible for putting that portion of their financial aid offer together. So the only thing that is managed through the Office of Admission will be the academic scholarships, and they will learn at the time of admission what scholarship level that they would qualify for.
Excellent, much appreciated. We've got time for just maybe one more quick question, and I know this is one that a lot of our guys are asking about right now, is as of right now, how are you engaging with students? Are you running campus visits? Is everything virtual? If you just talk a little bit about next steps for students to learn more about TCU.
That's a really, really good question, Kevin. We miss you all. We really, really do. So I am, just connecting with the students virtually when it comes to my travel schedule at the moment. However, we are hosting campus visits right now on the campus of TCU. Okay, so if you have never visited or you want to just come back just for the heck of it, we're hosting campus visits Monday through Friday, once at 9:30 a.m. and one at 1:30 p.m. Okay. Let me also to make sure we understand that class of 2021, we're putting you first. Okay. So we're prioritizing seniors only. Okay. At the moment, and you can bring up to 2 guests. All right. And for your parents' sake, if they ask questions, we're checking temperatures at the door. We're making people fill out waivers as well as health assessments. And also to everyone that participates in our campus visits are registered in our system so that we can keep a good track of everyone. We're modeling and we're practicing social distancing, and everyone is washing their hands and, keeping their mask on at all times. As a matter of fact, I present in this mask right here. So, we're keeping people safe. But beyond the scope of that, if you want to connect with us virtually, we're hosting, virtual admission remark sessions. I know that we have student panels as well that we're offering. And then our academic colleges are hopping on from time to time to meet with you all so you can learn more about them. And then the last thing I would say is beyond the scope of just the campus visits, we also too are offering departmental visits. So if you're wanting to learn more about business, or if you want to learn more about nursing, you can actually connect with those individuals. The only thing is they're only doing virtual visits right now. And then also too, they have to be scheduled at least 3 weeks in advance. And you can find all that information on our admissions website at admissions.tcu.edu up under the visit tab.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks so much for taking time to help our students who couldn't make the meeting today get a little bit more sense of TCU. And just for clarification, Ms. Person, you are our rep, I do believe. So guys, if you have any questions, I'm sure he'd be happy to answer those. His information is also on that TCU admissions website. Hard to miss. Thanks a million, and we'll see you guys next time.